We good there? You see the garbage pile behind me? I should move that. You guys don't want to look at my garbage pile. All my orders I get in that I try to hub from Heidi. Hide from Heidi. The FedEx guy came today. We actually have a really convenient place. Ducks Makeup. Hi, welcome. Kelly Makeup. Yay, thanks for coming back. We have a really cool position for our balcony here, because when you come up, if you walk up the steps and go up the front steps before you come in the front door for our building, because we live in an apartment right now, you can basically, we put all of our furniture right over the balcony because it's like, you can just like push it up over the top there. So it's like probably 7 feet up or something like that. So if somebody's up there and they can pull it up and somebody can push it up. Works really well. So anyway, I can also see the delivery people when they come, because they're right here outside this window. And so the FedEx guy came and I was waiting and I was like looking. And then I go out there, I was like, is that for my apartment? For me? And he looked, he's like, yep. And I was like, well, next time you can just like toss it in my balcony. Because that's me. I felt like putting a sign there and being like, deliveries to this apartment, just throw them over the railing. Anyway, yeah. Fun times, guys. I'm going to do a live look with all my Ipsy gunk. So this isn't gunk. This is good stuff. I hope it's good stuff. I don't know. I haven't used it yet. But I showed you guys what this stuff was on Sunday. We went through and did the unboxing and whatnot. I'm getting a little scratchy again in my throat. So I hope I'm not... oh, you're going to see what I got. You're going to see what I got. I'm going to show you the makeup stuff, but if you want to see the skincare and other stuff, you'll have to look at my, actually it's posted on my IG, but you can also, I think I have a post with pictures of everything, but you can also look at my video from Sunday, because I opened it. I'm sorry, not opened it, but I showed it live on there. Sorry, I'm still getting over bronchitis, so I do have a cough periodically, but I have water, and I have tea, and I have cough drops, and I have Rainbow. She's sitting here, my pup. She's chewing on her toys, so if you hear some munching, it's either me with cough drop, or her munching on her toys. So, all right. So I took off my makeup. I had a look on earlier, and I'll show you what palette I'm using after a couple days, because today was my first look with that palette, and I'm really excited about using this palette. But this is the one I used for the 3 days prior. This is the little e.l.f. Meant to Be. Yes, Meant to Be. And so this is a cute palette. This light color doesn't really work, but what I do is use this, which came in the same collection, and this is their eyeshadow stick, and I just put that on. Use this to set it, and it works really well together. So, and it kind of intensifies it, so that worked pretty well. The shimmers are pretty decent, and I like this dark greenish, bluish, grayish color. It's really kind of fun. So anyway, I use that again. That's actually my second go around with that, because I do have now my palettes back in rotation, because I want to make sure I'm using them, even though I have so many palettes I haven't yet used. But I'm like, I'm not going to just use them and leave them. Otherwise, I'll never get to them again. So the idea is that I have a rotation of 3. So I do one that I've already done before, that I've done 3 looks on before. And then I do one that I have that's rather new. That's a rather new release. And then I have one that's new to my collection, or one that I haven't done looks on before, but not necessarily a new release. So, because I've got a lot of palettes, lots and lots and lots and lots of palettes. And I've only been collecting them this year. Before that, I came from Haiti and the Dominican Republic with like 4 palettes. Then they were all the long, where are they? These e.l.f. palettes, which I actually still really like. I mean, I'm actually panning this one, so, but that's the Mad for Mattes. It's really good. Anyway, these are the palettes I'm using tonight. I'll show you these. This one is just so cheaply made, but it has a note in here that basically they got rid of the mirror and everything else. Good evening, welcome, welcome. But there's a note in here that says they got rid of the mirror and stuff like that for like basically to save the planet, but basically I think it was just to save money. Since it's an Ipsy thing, I hope that the real ones are a little better made, because this is really flimsy. But I don't really care about the packaging so much. I care more about what's in it. And then this is the other palette I will be using. And I thought these would work really nicely together. because you got the neutrals in here. There are no neutrals in here. Not that I need neutrals, but may as well. And so I'm going to do 2 different looks, one on each eye. I cleaned off my face from the look that I had on earlier, and I'm having to put things on my keyboard over here. I have my keyboard over here for when I teach voice and piano lessons and whatnot. So this is my workspace, my classroom and everything else. So I'm using my keyboard is doing double duty, holding up all my makeup tonight. Yeah, and then I just put my oil on. If you want to know about my oil-based skincare, you know, I keep pushing that because I really get tired of people spending lots of money on skincare and then it not working. And I'm like, you don't have to. You can literally go to the grocery store. That sounds really bizarre, but you can. And it's cheaper and it's easier and it costs a lot less money. I'm going to zoom you in. And by zoom you in, I mean, I'm going to grab this stack of books that you're sitting on and I'm going to move it towards me. Ooh, look at that. That way, hopefully, you can see better what I'm doing, because last time I think it was a little far away. I will take my glasses off too. I do have this little red thing where it actually rubbed off. I had these heavier glasses on, and I guess they just rubbed off because of the sweat and the heat and whatnot. And it kind of rubbed off the skin there, which is kind of, that has never happened to me before. So that was interesting. I also put this on. I did get this in one of my Ipsys too. I don't remember which came in which, but this is the Do Not Age DNA with Dr. Brandt, and it's a triple peptide eye cream here. So I put a little bit of this on after I put the oils on, and then I put a little bit of this, which is the Tula. This came in boxy, I think. Tula Skincare Rose Glow and Get It. And this has probiotics and superfoods, supposedly. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, it's really nice and cooling, and it is a little sticky, which makes for a nice kind of primer. So we're going to dig into these. I'll show you some of the other stuff that I got as we go, but I think this will do for now. I do have 2 eye pencils that I got and an eye brush. So I want to make sure I use this eye brush, not forget that. What else is in here? Where's that eye pencil? Oh, there it is. This one's the lip pencil, the Charlotte Tilbury. So this is the Wander Beauty Automatic Gel Eyeliner, and this is like a plum purple. And this is the Beauty for Real eyeliner in olive. So because I'm going to do 2 different looks, we'll see which direction we're going to go. One side is going to be more purple, one side is going to be more green, so that I can use both of those. This little packing brush, I'll use this maybe for some shimmers or something, and then I'll dig into my regular brush stash over here. I'm in close quarters here, so hopefully I can find everything and not spill anything. So I'm actually going to start with this eye here, and there was a look that I saw today that I really enjoyed looking at, and so I am going to, where's that brush? Okay, I'm going to actually, I did use this for just kind of playing around, so I'm going to just make sure it's clean. I did kind of clean it off, but basically what I'm going to do is make a neutral wing here, and then put some color on the inside, and then I'm going to use a shimmer basically to bring those together. It's going to be a pretty simple look, but that's what we're going to do. I'm going to use this, which is my LA Girl Pro Primer. And I really like this for eye primer. This has become one of my favorites, along with the Juvia's Place. I really like the Juvia's Place primer as well. But I like this because it really nice and intensifies. And it's a little bit waxy, so I feel like it holds things, you know, kind of sticks to them and holds them down a little bit. It does have that white cast, so you have to make sure that that's what you want. I think it comes in different colors. I'm not sure. I think it might come in like at least like a, you know, Caucasian skin tone sort of color. I don't know if it comes in a deeper color or not, but that would be cool. Actually, it would be cool if it came in like a black or a deep chocolate or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to go into the Viseart palette, and this is the Trois. This is the number 3, Petit Pot Trois. And I'm going to go into this little brown here, and I'm going to put this right on the edge of my computer here. And hopefully I don't knock everything over, because that would be tragic. And I'm just going to basically put it right at the corner here and flip it up. And of course, you know, Viseart's going to be really nice and pigmented. And then I'm going to basically just kind of flick it forward a little bit. I'm not making like a solid wing. I want the bottom to be a little bit intensified, but I'm just using this kind of like tapping it in there. I know this is not the brush for this, but I want to get that pigment off of it, because why not? And because I have these super folds on my lid, so you see when I look down, it goes up and then down. And when I look forward, it's kind of cut off. So that's why I don't like to have really precise wings. I'm going to use this small brush. This is a e.l.f. small blending brush. And I'm just going to blend that out a little bit, just to smooth it. And then I'm going to tap into the color right next to it, which is another kind of neutrally color right here. And I'm just going to blur that edge with that. So I don't do a lot of neutrals, but I do need to get into them, you know, like not necessarily doing neutral looks, but using them in conjunction with colors, because I really do like how it looks. So that's basically how our wing looks right now, which I am digging. Now, because of the shape of my eyes and just kind of how I like when everything kind of goes off at the angle. So that's basically what we're going to stick with. I'm going to use the same brush because your girl doesn't like to wash her brushes. I do wash my brushes. I'm actually pretty good at it. But I'm also buying more brushes specifically so that I don't have to wash them as often. I'm going to take a drink of my tea. I was teaching today, and when you're teaching and singing and you have bronchitis or you're getting over bronchitis, it becomes a little tough. So now I'm going to dip into this Aether Beauty, which was on the other side there. Okay, this box is going to have to move back. You guys don't mind seeing that in my peripheral or your peripheral. So we're going to go in here, and I'm actually going to tap into this purple matte right here. And I'm going to put that right here on the upper side here. And then I think I may actually take the lightest matte in this palette to kind of blend it out, and also to make sure that that white cast is covered. I'm just tapping into that a little bit. I did swatch these and kind of putz around with them. I didn't do a look with them, but I did kind of do a, you know, I wanted to see what I was working with. So basically I'm going to just kind of follow above the shape, but kind of above the socket of the eye, and then curve around where my eyebrow comes, so that I'm not going to the eyebrow, but I'm going basically to the eyebrow, if that makes sense. So this will give just a little bit of purple up here. And this is a really fun way, if you're just messing with color, you're just getting into it. It's a fun way to do that. And I just barely tapped. There's kick up in this, but it really is going on pigmented. In fact, I might have just picked up more than I wanted, but such is life, kiddos. That's what we deal with. So I'm going to kind of blend that down a little bit, because I've got a little separation where I started the last bit out here. That's what happens when you kind of make it up as you go along, which I often do. Okay, so that's what we've got. We've got the brown down here and the purple up there. I'm going to go into another fluffy brush. Keep in mind, I'm blind without my glasses, so I'm kind of going by feel over here. Because let's take this one from Profusion. Excuse me. I'm going to tap into this lightest color in the Viseart, which I know is basically my skin tone. I know you're probably bouncing a little bit when I do that, because it's sitting on the edge of my computer. But, you know, got to bring it close, and I don't have a fancy camera. I'm using my phone for IG, and I'm using, I think that's all you can use for IG, isn't it? And I'm using my computer for YouTube. So, and also, if you guys want to do me a solid and go over to YouTube and subscribe, I'm trying to raise my subscribers over there. So that would be really cool. All right, so I'm basically going on the bottom side of that purple, and besides setting that and making sure that white cast is gone, which that did a pretty nice job of, I'm just kind of blowing out that edge of that purple. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I might do this a little bit different, and I'm not going to, excuse me, I'm not going to use a glitter primer. I normally would do that, But for this particular occasion, I am not going to, because I am going to take this off afterwards. I might keep it on for just a little bit because I actually changed my mind on using the mascaras. I said I wasn't going to because I already have 6 open, but I've gotten a lot of interest in my mascara comparisons, and I want to compare some high end. And since I have the Tarte and I have 3 of them here, so I'm going to go ahead and compare the 2 that I got. So I'm actually using this shimmer. Let me put my mirror down so I don't blind you. This shimmer here that's like a pinkish, sort of almost lavender, but more pink, I would say. It's the lightest shimmer. Well, not the lightest, but the lightest pinkish shimmer in the Aether palette. And I just sprayed my brush. And I'm basically just going on the lid. Now, I'm not going to take this out super, super far because I don't have a ton of lid space anyhow. The look that I saw kind of took it out the whole way. But they kind of worked with it a little bit different than I they have a different shape eye. So I'm not going to go all the way. I'm going to kind of just go and tuck it inside this lavender purple look and bring it kind of over and out to where this brown is. All right, it kind of is doing that. So I basically am covering the whole thing with this shimmer. Now you're not probably going to see the effect of it. Try to hold down my eye a little bit. So yeah, you don't really is that a word? The effect of it. But where I'm coming from, it's quite impactful. And now going over the top of this, there's a lot of impact in this shimmer. This is really pretty. I wish you guys could see really what I see. Do you see what I see? Didn't I sing that last time too? I was singing Christmas songs last time. What in the world? Priscilla, it is August. Oh, by the way, my name is Priscilla. I go by 40+ on here, but I do have a real name and a real life. I'm a real person. I'm not a bot. I'm not a Russian bot. All right, so what do we think on that look? I'm going to kind of hold off on that. Keep it there because I wanted to kind of show something that's a little more toned down and more for people that don't want to do a ton of anything, but they just want a little bit of color. I may put a little bit of something at the bottom lash line, but we'll see what we're going to do once I get my face products on. Let's go to the other eye. I'm going to use this same. It literally was right in front of me. When I take my glasses off, even if something is right there and I can see it, I somehow don't focus on it. And then I'll put my glasses back on and be like, oh, I literally saw that. I just didn't notice that's what I was looking for. I don't know. Thank you guys for tolerating my coughing. I know that's annoying, but I want to keep up with these because I have fun with them. And I think they're useful. So I think this is helpful to just kind of have like people putzing with this kind of real time. And I actually I was doing edited videos for a long time, for a couple years. And then I was like, you know what? I prefer the live. I like the interaction. I love when you guys are here with me. So we're going to do that. So that's what we did. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to go in mostly with the Aether palette here. But I'm going to start with this. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to mix the mattes and the shimmers. And I'm just going to go basically, excuse me, based on color. So I'm going to go from deepest to lightest, but maybe I'm going to go from lightest to deepest. I don't know. What do you think? Oh, I just turned the air conditioning off and now it's hot. Woohoo. All right, dropping things. Because I kind of wanted to go from the lightest green in this palette and then go from the greens to the teals to the blues to the purples and then to the blacks. We're going to do that. All right, so where's my little new brush? I'm going to kind of clean it off if I can see it. Priscilla, you're blind again. Okay. I have these 3 brushes in front of me. Oh, there it is. See, it was one right in front of me, and I was looking at it, and I looked at it like 3 times. And then I was like, oh, that's it. It's like if I don't have my glasses on, I lose about half my IQ. That's okay. I'm okay with that. So we're going to go into this first green, which is a super pale, like shimmer green. And like I said, I'm not worrying if they're mattes or not. I'm just going to use them to blend everything together, and it will work. And if it doesn't, don't blame me. I'm just some chick on the internet. All right, I want to tap this right on the inner corner. The reason I'm starting with the lightest ones first, my light is right over there, so I'm trying to get a good angle so I can actually see my light. I saw the light, I saw the light. You guys know that song? No more darkness, no more light. Now I'm so happy. Okay, we're not going to sing that song anymore right now. Maybe I'll sing it later. I'll probably be singing it in my sleep now because that's what happens when I start singing a song, and then I sing it to you guys, and then I sing it in my sleep. So what I'm trying to do is make sure there's enough room here, enough space for everything. So I'm going to spread it out a little bit. I know I've got to fit a green, a teal, and a purple. And so I'm going to go ahead and put those in and kind of just tap in the shape where they need to go. Otherwise, I'm maybe going to run out of room because I don't have a ton of room on my eyes. So I want to make sure that I get everything in. So I'm going to use this green, which is actually quite a bit darker than the green I just put in, but that's okay. I'm not going to put it in really heavily. I'm just putting a little bit here. And I'm really focusing this on the lid because I kind of want to do like the, the shape kind of going out and then blow it out down there. I may extend it out a little bit. We'll see. I didn't set this primer, so I just want to make sure I'm tapping that out. And then I'm not going to clean off my brush. I just basically got rid of all of the stuff on there until nothing else is coming off. I'm going to tap into the teal that's right next to it, or that's near it, and put that next to it. And so start blending those into each other. I'm blocking my own light. All right. So now I've got the green to the teal, but I have the space between that lighter color and the green because I haven't figured exactly how I'm going to marry those to each other and how close I want the green to be to the inner corner. So we'll see. And then I'm going to, from the teal, I'm going to go into what is actually, well, this one here is more of a blue. I'm going to have to swatch these because the lighting is not great because all I've got really is my, excuse me, is my lamp here. I'm going to go into this blue. It's actually a shimmer right here, but I'm going to need to use that to blend out the teal and the, basically go from the greens to the blue and then into the purple so that it makes sense. Yeah, this is like this time of night. It just is not the ideal for me to be doing makeup because the lighting is not that great. That's okay. Everything's okay with me. Now we're going to go into this deeper, darker purple here, which actually doesn't show up nearly as dark as it looks in the pan. This is one that I think the pigment maybe suffers a bit. Another problem that I have with my left eye, I should have maybe done the more intricate one on the right eye. But another problem I have is my left eye is the better eye as far as eyesight. And so when I close this eye, I can't see as well as when I close this eye because this eye is better. Such is life when you're blind. It's all part of life. It's all part of getting old. I mean, I've been legally blind for much of my life. So, but that actually fades into that pretty well. We'll clean it up a little bit. I just want to use as many of these colors as possible. And then I think I'm going to go into the darkest color here, which looks like it might be like an eggplant. I think that's kind of what it was when I did the swatches. I'm not sure though, it might be more of a black gray. Yeah, I think it's sort of an eggplant color. Okay. I kind of turn in my chair to make sure I'm getting... Okay, so that's the placement. Now I'm going to intensify it and bring that green forward a little bit. I'm still using the small e.l.f. brush, and I'm just using this little cheap brush cleaner offer from AOA Studio from Ciate. So I'm going to go back into the green matte. I'm going to pull that forward a little bit more than what we had. And so this is basically how we're going to blend. We're just moving all the colors forward a little bit onto the color in front of them. And by that, they're going to blend into each other. Or that is the goal. I might possibly blow this out a little bit up at the top, but I don't know. I kind of like the shape that we're getting here. It's kind of fun. Okay, I will clean that off a little bit just so it's a little more crisp when I go into the teal. So now I'm going into the teal matte, and I love this color, so I really want this to show nicely. But these are layering pretty nicely on each other. For me to see, I always have to kind of open that left eye a little bit and check. That's why my left eye always looks a little janky in my looks, but you know, it's life. As we say, such is life. I'm going to go into this darker, but more blue shimmer. Yeah, and do not be afraid of mixing your shimmers and your mattes. That is totally doable. Like, you could put shimmers in your crease, especially as they're darker shimmers. Who cares? People are like, older people aren't supposed to do this. Well, I don't care. I might be old, but I'm not dead. So, until I'm dead, I'm still going to do what I want to do. Okay, so what do we got here? Sorry, I got to put the mirror kind of right in front of you. I'm just brushing out the edge a little bit so that it's not quite as harsh. I could come up higher, but I don't think I want to on this one. I often come up higher, but I kind of like that this is all right in the crease. And then we'll just soften that edge a little bit. And then we'll go in, and I'm going to actually tap into this darkest black color in the Viseart palette. And I'm going to tap that right into the corner, right here. And I'm just wiggling it around so it can get into all the folds and nooks and crannies. And then I'm going to start creating this motion that's kind of winging it out, like just flicking it out. Kind of like that. Now I got to get over here so I can see what I'm doing. I literally am flying blind part of the time that I'm doing this. I'm just going by feel, and then I go back in and look at it and say, okay, did I do it right? So I should do a video on how to do your eyes when your eyesight is bad. How to do makeup when you can't see anything. Because I do that all the time. All right, guys. This is the palette. You definitely have the shimmer, right? That went from that lightest green into the green matte, but the shimmer is just kind of carrying through, right? So it just made everything sort of shimmery there. I could pull it out if I wanted to do that, but I think I like the way it looks right there. We're going to keep the eye look at this right now because I do want to get through the rest of the stuff that I got. I think I'm going to try these in the waterline and just see. I'm not sure which one is better for which. I mean, I don't know if these are the best for the look that I have. That's what I was trying to say. But this kind of eggplant purple color. This was hard to open last time too. Okay, so this is the Wander Beauty. It's just that it's a kind of a slippery package. We're going to see how this does on the waterline. So this is like a aubergine sort of purple, eggplant purple, something like that, which I'm very much a fan of. And it really kind of brings the colors together because I've got the purple up here and more the neutral down here. But because I am cool toned everything tends to get kind of a reddish, I'm sorry, not cool tone. Because I'm neutral toned, I'm pink toned. Everything tends to get more of a pinkish, reddish tint to it. This isn't going on super pigmented, but it also could just be because my waterline is a little slippery right now. But it is going in there. So it's there. It's not super dark, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be super dark. And it does actually kind of smoke it out a little bit without actually having to do any smoking. I thought I was going to have to smoke. That's going to be bad for my cough. Haha, bad joke. All right, we're going to use the olive in this side. I know it's not the right color. This side is much more teal and bright greens, but we're going to do the olive just to test it. And I'm not going anywhere except bed anyhow. If you're wondering what that sound is in the background, that's my dog. She got this little toy turtle that's like made out of recycled pop cans or something, or not pop cans, like pop bottles, like plastic bottles. And she's been trying to open it for like 2 months, and she can't. And I'm like, yes, this is victory. But she loves it. It's a cute little turtle that I throw around for her, and she throws away on and stuff. But then she tries to open it. Okay, my eye is a little. I sweat a lot under my eyes, which is why my mascara always tends to smudge under my eyes. And right now they're a little slippery. So I'm trying to pull my eye down from my waterline. So that, it comes off. You see the color. Again, not super pigmented, but that could be user error too. I'll try these again when I'm not as greasy and sorry. That's how it is. But so far I like the color. And it's just a little bit green. And actually that green looks really pretty with the greens on top. Because it's just a really subdued green, and it doesn't take over. It looks like there's something in the waterline, but it's not like super bright. So I think these are going to be really nice for fall. Let's see what other goodies we have in here. I have a lip pencil. I have a brush. I will use those later. I have a primer. Let's use that. Okay, now this is going to be the wrong time to do this because I'm moist. People hate that word. It's so funny. You know the word I hate? Snatch. It's just a gross sounding word. Maybe it's my associations, but you know, she's so snatched. Yeah, I don't know. Where I'm from, that's not a good thing. You don't want to say somebody looks snatched, because that's like, I don't know. Or maybe it's just me. It could just be me. All right, this is the Ciate London Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer. Ooh, that smells kind of good. All right, it has little bubbly things in it or something. Okay, so it has, let me see if I can show this to you. It looks like that. Has like little black seedy things running down it. Apparently those are going to go into the face. I don't know. I mean, it's, probably not necessary, but it smells good. It smells really good. It's really runny. This is not what I think of as a primer, but I guess, for summertime that might be okay, except I also like something a little bit mattifying and stuff. And I mean, it doesn't have to be in the primer. If you've got the right face products, then sometimes having, especially at my age, having a little bit more moisture underneath can be good. But you get these little black guys that you have to kind of work into it. And when you're blind like me, you might miss them. But that's what it looks like. I don't know what it's going to do. I really like this eye. I like that color on the inside. I'm going to take pictures of this. I have some glitter up here from my eye look earlier. Apparently I didn't clean out my brows very well. Sorry. And usually when I do these looks, I don't do like a full face. I just want to try the stuff that it gave me because, I'm going to bed. I'm not trying to impress anybody. So, but I will do what I can do. So, all right, is that it? Is that it? That's it. Nothing else? Nothing else. Okay. Ipsy box down there. I'll put stuff in there for organizing. I'll use that for storage for the time being. So we have this. This is a Studio Makeup Flawless Skin Foundation. And I mentioned on Sunday I have the tinted moisturizer. Well, now I have this all over me. It just flicked all out. I was thinking that it was going to be a pump bottle, and it's not. This is such a weird applicator. So it has this little like stubby. What? Why? 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 I don't understand. This doesn't pull off, does it? If it pulls off, I'm going to feel really stupid. That's why. Okay. Now I feel really stupid. I'm sorry, guys. My my misunderstanding. I don't know. Miss something. I did miss something. All right. So I know that the other one you had to like pump a whole bunch, and then it was like half empty. I was like, well, that's kind of annoying. So this might be the same thing. Especially now that I just put a whole bunch of extra air in there. Okay, so I guess, yeah, it just has to suck all that air out so that it can be a vacuum pump, I guess. Okay, here it comes. I hear it splurting. Yeah, that's a gross sound too. All right, so I'm not going to do a bunch of this, but I just want to try it. It's warm. It's definitely warm. I'm going to put it on with a brush, and then I might use my makeup sponge that I used this morning, but I ignorantly didn't wash my makeup sponge. This is a BH brush. I usually use a sponge, but since the sponge is dirty and I don't want to get out another one and get it wet. Basically poor planning on my part. But the base looks pretty. Pretty. The color is nice. The finish is nice. And just that little bit I put on, because I don't use a lot. I just don't like it that, as thick as a lot of people do. And I think it's more common for people to not like it super thick. But you see? That's a pretty finish. I'm not mad at that. So that's the Studio Makeup Flawless Skin Foundation. That's pretty nice. So I am an oily chick, and I'll actually try this to see how it is on my oily skin. But hey, that's kind of not too bad. I do really like these eye looks. I'm gonna have to duplicate them. Both of them I like quite a bit. They're creative, but they're not like super out there. Well, this one might be more. I don't know. Maybe both of them are for you. I don't know. Okay, this is nice. Let me set it, and I'm going to give it the best chance possible. So I'm going to use the ABH translucent because I do really like this powder. It does quite well, and I want to make sure that when I test products, that I am giving them the chance to succeed. So I usually kind of dab first under my eye. Sometimes I'll put a little bit extra or a different kind of powder under my eye just to make sure that it's not really transferring all the mascara. Speaking of which, I do need to grab the mascara out of the drawer because I did put it away. And I do want to try both the mascaras that I got. I changed my mind tonight and said, you know what? I'm going to try them because I've been doing comparisons, and I may as well open them up. That way, then I can start comparing them to others, and I'll just do a comparison tonight as well. But that base looks pretty nice, and the match, I didn't put it on my neck, so that match is pretty good too. Of course, we've got, the bright lights here, but when I'm looking here, I'm not seeing maybe just the tiniest bit of warmth up here that I don't see down here. Anyway, I would love to hear what you think. but I can't see what you think because I'm blind. We already established that. I'll have to put up my glasses so I can see. I'm going to get my little e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. Where are you, guy? I can find him. Oh, he's in the other basket. I have two baskets. One is my like monthly rotation, and one is my this is my pan, and I think this guy got put in the wrong one because that happens periodically. That guy needs to be washed. Okay. Where is the putty? Oh, there it is. Under that big old Airspun powder. Do you guys use Airspun? I got it because I didn't have a powder and I needed one. You know, I'd gotten back from Haiti, and then I needed a powder, and then I was like, well, I'll just use this one because everybody talks about it. I have not been impressed with it at all. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So I'm just going to tap into this with this brush. This is the Complex Culture. So I got this in Ipsy. The brush that I've applied my powder with, that also is Complex Culture, that I got from Ipsy several months ago. But I really like this. I like the shape of it. So I just kind of tap it in there and then kind of buff it a little bit. And when I do my bronzer, I actually kind of chisel out a cheek a little bit. So I kind of come all the way down here, just lightly, because I don't have much of a cheek. And then I go over my nose just a little bit. But I don't go over the tip. I go over like the middle, because that's where the sun would be more likely to hit. But this brush is quite nice. I have my hair in the brush. Let's get that out of there. And then I'll kind of just go right up here with the bronzer. And I am using this as a stipple brush, but I know, you know, it can be used more as like with this kind of motion too. I just don't want to do that right now too much because I just put powder on it and I don't want to disrupt the base underneath. So I'm just going to go ahead and stipple it on because, like I said, I don't want to give that base any negative a handicap, basically. I want it to have the right chance. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. I mean, these brushes are fantastic. They're super soft. This size is really nice for my face. It fits very nicely. Winter chicken dinner. This e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, I'm still debating about how much I like it, but I do like this base, though. The way this base looks, all about that base, no trouble. Okay. Oh, you know what I forgot? So we have About Face little droppy thingambobbers. So this is, like I mentioned on Sunday, I hate these guys because they get messy when you put them back on. Okay, I'm going to put this on a clean part of the back of my hand. Oh, come on. Did I just squeeze it all out? I just squeezed it all out. Come on, Priscilla. You foolish woman, you. Okay. Let's pick up a little bit more. I'll just do one drop. One drop is way too much, but okay, maybe half a drop. We'll just touch it on there. Literally, because I tried this before, and it is so incredibly glowy. That is how much I'm using for both sides of my cheeks. So basically, I'm taking half-ish, and I'm just going to go up here and tap it in. Do you see the light? I saw the light, I saw the light. Okay, why am I singing everything? I don't know. Put a little bit on my nose. I don't usually highlight the end of my nose because I have such a weird shaped nose. Someday I'll talk to you guys about the reason that my face is so weird shaped. Like it's been through a battle, because it's been through a few of them. That's why. It would be an interesting conversation. Might be traumatizing for some people, but not for me anymore. I think that talking about stuff is really helpful. I'm not one of these to be like, trigger warning, because I'm like, if you're being triggered about something, that means you need to confront that. And I will say that pretty much I mean, you need to deal with it. If you are being triggered by something, that means it's something that you need to deal with and you need to confront it. And hiding from it is not going to make it trigger you any less. So, all right, guys, we've got 3 more things to try. I have to see if I could see in here without my glasses. See if I can see. Okay, so these are the 2 mascaras I got. This is the Fenty Beauty, and this is the Tarte. So this is Fenty Beauty Full Frontal, and this is Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. I have not opened these yet, so they will be new, and you know how new mascara doesn't necessarily work as well. I'm going to do 1 layer on my lower lash line and 3 on the top, and then I will take pictures after, and I will take a video. Okay, so this brush is really, it feels natural here. It's not, it doesn't feel plasticky, but the bristles are super short, and they're also pretty dense. So we'll see. That might do pretty well at making sure that I don't, maybe, that I don't get clumps, because I actually don't really like, I know clumpy lashes are kind of in vogue. There's just not much going on there. All right, it might be the one that you have to like do a layer and then build up, because I know there are, you know, definitely some like that. The new e.l.f. is kind of like that. You kind of have to put a layer on and let it dry a little bit and then do another layer, and then it'll start. Suddenly it'll grab. But it seems like this brush, because it's so dense, feels like it just pulls off a lot of the product. That's okay. I'm going to do a second coat here when it's like half dry. Now, I really like how my lashes are looking with this, because they look pretty natural. They're just getting some length. And my lashes look pretty decent anyhow. Let me kind of look up. Close my eye. You can kind of see. Okay, let me try the other one. I realize I do have a little bit of mascara here. Ignore that. We'll flick that off in a second after it dries. The problem is this might take a minute to dry, because, like I said, that's where I get sweaty. All right, so this is the Fenty. That is pretty much a standard, but it's kind of fat in the middle, football-shaped blonde. I got a little bit on the end, so I'll scrape that off. Do the top lashes first. Sorry, I'm going to hide myself a little bit. This is going on somewhat similarly. Seems to be a little bit more on that first coat than the other one, but not. This is definitely not like Lash Princess or Lash Paradise, where they just like go on and bam, there you got tons of volume, although it can be clumpy as well. All right. So that's really pretty too. That's really natural looking. I'm looking up, looking down. There's that side. There's that side. What do you guys think? Do we have a winner yet? This is, I did 2, this is my second coat, sorry, on the Fenty. On like half dried. This again, these aren't getting spidery at all. So they look a lot more natural and quite long. I like these. I think the Fenty one gives the most length without looking clumpy at all. But let me try, excuse me, let me try the Tarte again, because I'm going to do 1 more coat on each. So here's my 3rd coat on the Tarte, and I'm focusing this coat really on these outer lashes. And of course, you know, you don't have to do this. You can keep it with the 2nd coat or with the 1st coat or whatever you want. Or you can do 25 coats. I don't care. All right, so now it's definitely getting thicker and it's building up volume, but it's still not looking super spidery. So you kind of see how that works, right? And again, you know, excuse the mess here. I'll take blame for that. I'm not going to blame the mascara for that. That was probably me. But it is also smudging at the top. The other side really isn't smudging. So Fenty doesn't seem to be smudging too much. So again, and it also is building up a lot of volume, but not looking spidery. Looking a lot less clumpy. But again, keeping in mind, this is the first time I've opened these. Whoops, I just got it on my nose. I've seen, like, you guys seen those TikToks where it says how to get it off your nose? I never put it on my nose, but that time I was just feeling like I really wanted to give it the full effect. Okay, here's what we got. Looking down, making the comparison. I can't see because I'm looking down. Looking up, making the comparison. This got more mess. There's a little bit up here and there's a little bit down here. Let me go ahead and scrape it off. Excuse me, with a spoolie. I have to feel around for it because I can't see it. I told you I'm blind. You think I'm not blind, but I literally have to feel just to find the spoolie because I don't see it. It's true. I know some of you relate. And I wore contacts when I was in Haiti, but then I ran out and then I discovered cheap online glasses. And so I kind of just went that route. And then I've established a big glasses collection. There's a little bit that fell off over here, but not really. Maybe a little bit up here. Let me just make sure. Okay, and then that spot, this is totally me. This is absolutely on me. I mean, it is on me, but it's also my fault. Okay, so there we go. I'm trying to close one eye at a time so I can see. What do you think? Which one wins? Does anybody have an opinion? I don't know. Rainbow's drinking her water, so ignore her. What do you think about the eyes? Thoughts on the eyes? I think both sides are cute. I'm not doing my brows. I didn't get any brow products, dang it. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take this almost somewhat clean wipe that I used to wipe off. I should get that off too because I don't want that highlight. The highlight is pretty. I don't know if you can really see it. The glasses, I get them from Zenny. I get them from Pane Glasses, from I Buy Direct, from Wearlight. And I think I have one pair from Firmoo, but I didn't really like them. Zenny and Pane are my favorite. All right, the last thing we're going to try here is Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, and also I have some glasses hauls. I haven't done any for a while because I need to get my eyes checked again. So, okay, you like the blue side better. That's how close I have to get to see what you wrote. You like the blue side better. Yeah, I like it too. I think this one looks a lot better like in natural light than it does on the screen, but I like them both. Okay, Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Lip Cheat. Pillow Talk 2, medium. I like to kind of pull my lips together like this. Because my lips are crooked, you can see like there's scars in here and whatnot. And so I like to really emphasize the outside and go right at the top because it helps to de-emphasize the unevenness. I was blessed with big lips. And so that has helped because with the, when the scarring happened on my lips, it compensated a little bit. I know those that go through similar things that have thin lips, it can show a little bit more. And it also depends on like what the damage is and what the, wear and whatnot. So, but basically my injury went right across my face like this. Okay, so I'm not very good at this, so it takes me a minute. But I do really like this. I tried it really briefly on Sunday. And I'm just going to fill in a little bit at the top. So it's a little bit of an ombre. That's what it looks like. Very much my lips, but better sort of color. Excuse me. And as I mentioned on Sunday, it's sticky. So, and it's a stickiness that doesn't let up. It doesn't dry down, which I think is what makes it really adhere and stay and whatnot. I'm going to put a color over the top of this. I'm actually going to I think I'm going to use a Juvia's Place. If I can find it. Where's my Juvia's Place? I put these in upside down, and so now I can't tell like which one it is. I see their glosses, but I want the lipstick. Oh, there it is. No. Yeah, there it is. It went into my pencil side. Okay, that little guy I got from Walmart for back to school. It was like $2. Nice little organizer. Oh, this is, by the way, this is a mauve moment. And I love this Juvia's Place formula. But there we go. Kisses to all. Well, not to all. Not to the creepy guys who want to hit on me, even though I say I'm married. When a guy writes to me and he says, "How are you?" And I say, "I'm married." That's my response. As far as I'm concerned, I'm old school. I know, I'm an old-fashioned chick. You have no business writing to me, "How are you? What's up?" or anything like that if you don't know me. If there's not a business reason for us to talk, we don't need to talk. Because then you're just hitting on me, and I am not interested. So I am happily married, and I believe in fidelity. There we go. I'm old-fashioned. All right, guys, what do you think? It's a partial face. I didn't do any blush. I didn't do my brows. But, hey, we got there, and in under an hour. That's not too bad considering we did some talking, and I showed you a bunch of stuff. I really like the lips. I just love these Juvia's Place lipsticks. I tried it for the first time like a couple weeks ago, and I'm completely enamored. By the way, this palette did come with a little insert that has the names on it, but it disappeared. I'll probably find it on the floor somewhere. So anyway, that's what we've got. I think that the shadows performed very nicely. I think this palette is beautiful. There are just no neutrals in here, so if you don't like to do a look like this, you'll need to bring in something like that. But this is a really nice companion. This is a really nice companion palette. This is the outside of that nice companion palette. The mascaras seem to be good, but I'm going to try them as they kind of age a little bit. But I will do a comparison tonight and kind of show the difference on them. And maybe you guys can decide which one you think is better. I don't know. I kind of think I like the Fenty side better, but I'm not sure. Have not quite decided. So the highlight is okay. I don't know how much I'll use it, but it does give a nice glow there. You see, that's a cute little glow. Yeah. So not bad. I might use it more in the wintertime because I feel like it's more like a cool, icy sort of. The primer didn't seem too bad. It doesn't seem like it's, getting greasy or anything, but yeah, I've only had it on for a little bit of time. And it combined with this base is actually really nice. So I did anticipate this being kind of janky because the tinted skin, whatever, the skin tint, whatever it is, that was, really, really greasy on me. So I expected that, and it wasn't at all. So that's good. The lip pencil is really nice, and I do get the hype on it. Would I pay that price for it? I don't know. I might. I actually really like the Juvia's Place lip liners, though, too. So I don't know if I need another Charlotte Tilbury, but I will certainly use it. That's all I got. What do you guys got? What do you guys think? Pretty cool? Pretty nice? So we will have another, let's see, Sunday. I believe I'm going to have a bunch more stuff to show you. And then next week, we're going to do another. I just like doing this, like putting on the makeup live and showing you guys what's going on. And you guys can see how it works and ask me questions. And I'm sorry if you asked me questions and I didn't get to them. I'm really sorry. I just can't see without my glasses on. So sometimes I see that the line gets longer. Like literally, that's what I see. I look at the screen and I see, oh, this person joined, that person joined, this person joined, that person joined, that person joined. And then it'll get longer and there'll be like 3 lines and I'll be like, oh, they asked a question. Then I have to put my glasses on to see because I don't know the question other than that. So that's what it is like when you're blind as a bat. Although bats are apparently not blind, according to what I hear. But okay, that's what we got. Thank you so much for watching. If you would consider supporting me by just liking and sharing and subscribing or following. If you are on IG, do me a solid and go over to YouTube, the same handle, 40Plus, and subscribe because I'm trying to build that channel. I'd love to get to 100. I know, we're small time, but hey, I'd love to get to 100 or over 100. That'd be great. And then, yeah, comment, because commenting and feedback, that really helps. So if you make a comment, that really helps the algorithm to kind of show it to different people and stuff. And this is kind of a new thing, this idea of doing like lives, regular lives on IG, this sort of thing. I don't think a lot of people are doing it. So I haven't heard of a lot of people doing it. So I kind of like it. Yeah, thanks. I know Kelly follows me. I know a bunch of people do, or quite a few people that, follow me, that are my faithful ones on here. They go over to YouTube. So that's cool. I know the YouTube is not as good of quality, but it's a wider audience. So so as we build up, maybe eventually I'll get big enough that I can get a real camera and have a better setup instead of just seeing my little junk back here, my keyboard over there, and my makeup over here. All right, guys, have a good night. This was fun. I'll see you in the next one. That will be on Sunday afternoon. So bye.